Hi there, Smart Drivers. Rick with Smart Drive Test talking to you today about passing. Passing is one of the highest risk maneuvers that you will execute on a two-lane highway. A two-lane highway with lanes of opposing traffic going in either direction. For those of you in the UK and Australia and other parts of the world where you have very narrow roads, the places of escape are very much reduced on those narrower roads and highways. The other reason that you're not likely going to survive a head-on crash is because of the distance you are from emergency services. It takes time for emergency crews to get out to you and to transport you to hospitals. And for those of you who know a little bit about healthcare, the golden hour of trauma is that first hour. If they don't get you to medical services within the first hour, it's unlikely you're going to survive that type of car crash. Now, there are certain engineering features on roadways in the last decade or so that have significantly reduced the number of head-on collisions that have happened on our highways and roadways. And actually now the most dangerous crash that you can be involved in is a T-bone crash, because there's nothing on that side of the vehicle to protect you. So I was traveling back from Kamloops to Vernon a few days ago and traveling along Highway 97, which runs through Westwold, past Monty Lake and into Falkland. And there was a truck there that passed another vehicle in Westwold on the two-lane highway, and I thought it was a great teaching moment to show you why traffic crashes, head-on traffic crashes have been reduced significantly, and why what this driver did may not have been the most prudent move. So stick around, we'll be right back with that information. Smart Drivers, welcome back. Rick with Smart Drive Test talking to you today about passing and why passing and the number of head-on crashes that have occurred because of passing have been significantly reduced in the last couple of decades due to road engineering. And as you can see here in the dash cam, we're coming into Westwold and it's 70 kilometers an hour, which is 40 miles an hour. For a straight stretch there, probably 4 or 5 kilometers through the little rural community of Westwold here in British Columbia. And the truck passes not once, passes twice. And the second time that the driver passes, he or she is out in the passing lane for no less than 20 seconds, which is a long time when you're passing on a two-lane highway with opposing lanes of traffic. And I understand very well the pressures that are put on drivers. There could be whatever reason that the driver needed to get back to Armstrong, that there was another load, there was a family emergency, the other driver who was supposed to take the other load out didn't show up and whatnot, and there was pressures put on that driver by dispatch. However, I followed that truck. The last time I saw that truck was for 47 kilometers. 47 kilometers is just a little bit less than 30 miles. I followed that driver for 28 minutes, and traffic flow along Highway 97 was 110 kilometers an hour. I was keeping up with traffic flow, and traffic flow was doing 110 kilometers an hour. The posted speed limit on 97 is 90 kilometers an hour. So, but the last time I saw that truck, 47 kilometers down the road, the average speed that we were doing in that 47 was 100 kilometers an hour, which is 62 miles an hour. And that was slowing down in Falkland to 30 miles an hour. And as you can see here in the image, farther down the road here, a truck pulls out in front of me. I actually had to slow down to 40 miles an hour, 60 kilometers an hour to let that truck go up so I didn't run into the truck when he or she pulled out in front of me on the highway there. So despite those two things, slowing down in Falkland and slowing down for the truck that pulled out in front of me, I was still doing an average speed of 100 kilometers an hour, 62 miles an hour, which is a high rate of speed. So I was keeping up with traffic flow, which was moving along fairly quickly. The other thing about the truck that pulled out and passed, as we're going along here, in the 47 kilometers that we drove along Highway 97, there are 4 passing lanes. 4 passing lanes. So you're never more than in the less than 28 minutes that it took to drive the 47 kilometers, you're never more than about 10 minutes from a passing lane. So the question I ask you is it really worth risking your life and risking the life of other road users to pass when you're no more than 8 to 10 minutes from a passing lane at any given time, and you can get out and pass other vehicles? Now, I understand especially here in BC and in the Rocky Mountains, a lot of the passing lanes are on hills, and for truck drivers, That makes it especially frustrating because when you're on a 2-lane skinny and you're following a car that's not doing the speed limit or is up and down, up and down, up and down. They're doing 80 and 90 and 100 and they're down to 70 and they're back up again, which is one of the most frustrating things. So when you're on a 2-lane highway, try and maintain a constant speed. It's frustrating for the driver of a big truck because when you get to the passing lane, you can't pass the car because you just don't have enough oomph to get up over the hill because you're pulling a load. Now, this driver in the tanker truck that passed the cars in Westwold was not loaded. That driver was empty. There was no way that that driver could have been going that fast and have a load on unless there was a 700 or 800 horsepower motor under the hood. But I know trucks, and that truck was not loaded. That truck was empty in the speed that that truck was moving. Features on the roadway have reduced the number of head-on crashes that have occurred on our roadways and highways. And the first road engineering feature that has significantly reduced head-on crashes on our highways has been paved shoulders. There are very few highways and byways in the world now that do not have paved shoulders. Maybe in some of the countries that aren't as developed as Canada and the United States and the UK and Australia and other places in the world. But most roadways now have paved shoulders. And the reason for that was because before paved shoulders, a lot of inexperienced drivers used to drop off the shoulder of the road onto the gravel, panic, crank the steering wheel back, whip it back. The vehicle would travel across the lane of traffic and into the opposing lane of traffic, and there would be a head-on crash and there would be fatalities. So paved shoulders are the first engineering feature that has reduced significantly the number of head-on crashes on our roadways and highways. The second feature that has significantly reduced the number of head-on crashes due to passing is passing lanes. There are very few highways and byways that you're going to go on now that are opposing lanes of traffic that don't have a passing lane every few miles, every few kilometers. And we were never more than 10 minutes from a passing lane. And the point that I'd like to make to you is that think very carefully about passing. Can you just relax, hang back a little bit, and wait until the passing lane comes and then pass safely at the passing lane? As well, in the 47 kilometers that we traveled along 97 South, that driver was no more than 1.5 kilometers in front of me by the time we got 47 kilometers down the road. The driver didn't make any time, didn't increase or decrease the amount of time it took him or her to drive from where we were back to wherever they were going on the road. They probably saved maybe 3 or 4 minutes and executed a high-risk maneuver in order to do that. So think carefully about passing and weigh out the dangerous maneuver that you're about to execute and how far down the road you have to get before you can actually get to a passing lane and do it safely. And are you actually going to make any time and get farther ahead? Probably not. Quick review of passing. 2 engineering features in the last couple of decades have significantly reduced the number of head-on crashes that we experience on our roadways. First is paved shoulders. Novice drivers aren't yanking the steering wheel back and careening into oncoming traffic. The second feature is that most 2-lane highways, opposing lanes of traffic, have passing lanes every few miles. No more than 20 or 30 miles are these passing lanes apart, and you only have to wait 10 or 15 minutes going up and down the road, and that you're going to find another passing lane and be able to pass safely. And in the case of the truck here, how much time did that truck actually gain? Not very much, because that truck was only about a kilometer and a half in front of me by the time we got 30 miles down the road. So that truck didn't really make any extra time in terms of risking those high-risk maneuvers of passing on a 2-lane skinny highway. And as well, it was only 47, it was probably another 5 to 8 kilometers down the road, and the driver would have been out on a multi-lane highway. So what I'm saying to you is consider very carefully whether you need to pass or whether you can simply wait for the passing lane to come along. Question for my smart drivers: have you ever moved to pass another vehicle and then had to take evasive emergency action because you misjudged the gap and the amount of space that you needed? Did you either pull back in behind the other vehicle or head for the shoulder on the other side of the road? Leave a comment down in the comment section there. All that helps out the new drivers working towards getting their license and starting a career as a driver. I'm Rick with Smart Drive Test. Thanks very much for watching. If you like what you see here, share, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section. As well, hit that thumbs up button. Check out all the videos here on the channel if you're working towards a license or starting a career as a truck or bus driver. Lots of great information here as well. Head over to our website, awesome online courses that you can purchase to pass your license regardless of which class of license that you're passing. In May 2017, we're bringing out Air Brakes Explained Simply. It's an CDL air brake manual that updates these very old 40-year-old manuals and tells you exactly the information that you need to know to pass your CDL theory and practical test. As well, there's 100 multiple choice questions that you will find on the theory test. Thanks again for watching. Good luck on your road test, and remember, pick the best answer, not necessarily the right answer. Have a great day. Bye now. Wanted to show you this because I wanted to do what? What did I want to do? I wanted to do something and show you something and teach you something, and there was something I'm sure that I wanted to do.